So now, the judges for American Idol, the table is set. You guys have heard? Well, do you have an opinion on this? It's okay, so it's Mariah Carey, and she was confirmed weeks ago. Now, it's definitely confirmed Keith Urban is part of the table, part of the judging. Go ahead. Yes. Never feel like you can't clap here. Never. Okay, Nicki Minaj. Different reaction than what we got last week. Everybody was like hating on Nicki. Remember that, Suzanne? How they change. Yeah. Yes. That's why they're my people. I change my mind a lot too. I do. Also, veteran judge Randy Jackson is keeping his seat. And, you know, so let's go over the salaries of each judge. All right, Keith Urban is making between $3 and $5 million. Nicki Minaj around $8 million. And of course, Mariah Carey comes in tops at $18 million. So now, last year on American Idol, the big deal was to see what Jennifer Lopez was wearing, and you know, and how the judges would talk to the contestants. Who are we kidding? It's not even about the contestants. And then also what Steven Tyler would have on. This year, it's all about Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey, what they're going to be wearing, what hair they'll be wearing, how they'll be, you know, dressing to impress us. And I'm sure that you, like me, will be watching. I'm excited about Mariah because Mariah can give you the cuckoo crazy Paula Abdul. She can go 2.0. Paula Abdul. If everything is aligned in the stars, Mariah will give it to us. And then Nicki Minaj, you know, she'll be the first judge who's an advocate of hip hop music and, you know, rap music, which is great because they've never had an official. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is American Idol. I mean, really. Okay, so it's Mariah Carey. You know, she was named a judge, and now we know the rest of the judges. Keith Urban and Nicki Minaj is there, and oh, Randy. Hi, Randy. Okay, so they're already saying that there's tension and fighting going on. Now, you can believe what you want. I'll give you my opinion. You know, I always do. It's Mariah and Nicki Minaj according to TMZ, Mariah was told originally that she'd be the only female. Do you believe that? I believe that. I believe that she's a very nice woman, but I do believe that she wants to be the only girl in the room. And if there is another girl in the room, then the girl's got to be gruesome. Of which Nicki is not. That's number one. Producers called Mariah on, I'm gonna say alleged to everything, and then I'm gonna give you my opinion to everything. Producers called Mariah and told her that Nicki was joining the show, and reportedly, allegedly, Mariah hung up. Do you believe that she's a hanger-upper? I do. I absolutely do. And then there are reports from the Idol set that Mariah kept interrupting Nicki when Nicki's talking. Do you believe that? I believe that also. I believe it also. And then instead of Nicki backing down, like a lot of times, you know, somebody will back down, Nicki got louder. Do you believe that? I believe that. Now, Mariah is trying to downplay the rumor by saying that, you know, how can a fight brew in 2 days? I'll tell you how, because you're not the only girl in the room. Now, look, I love both of you, but Mariah, I need to speak to you. I need to speak to you, not Nicki, because Nicki is 29, allegedly. Nicki, when I was 29, I used to shave too. When I was I think 29, I would say I was 27. For some reason, 2 years would make a difference, you know what I'm saying? But no more shaving, 48, ow. Stop with the clapping, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Come here, Mariah, I need to talk to you, okay? When you get to be 40, I think is that age where you don't let these young girls see you sweat, okay? Because they all think that we're sweating because of them. They think that because they're 25 or 29, that somehow they're better, stronger, and faster. We don't need them to see our jealousy. We don't, and it's fine for you to feel like that. You know that only girl thing, but that's the kind of behavior that you have at home with Rowan, Rock, and Nick. And you let them, I'm telling you, boy, do I give it to my Kevins. You know what I'm saying? You go home and you can fetch. You don't let these young girls see that they have one up on you. Now, Nicki knows all of these allegations, which I totally believe are true, Mariah, you know? Now Nicki knows this. She knows that she's got you, legendary diva, exactly where she wants you, sweating. Stop. Don't let her see that. Right? And stop trying to overtalk her because she's not gonna back down. That's what they do to us. They want to see us sweat and they want to make us mad and they want to take us out of our regular character. Anyway, so this Nicki Minaj. So now Nicki Minaj is speaking. That's good. Nicki, you got a reaction. It's better than nothing at all. Okay, so Nicki Minaj is speaking out about her American Idol feud with Mariah Carey, and she's finally recognizing what most of us did already, and that is, you know, you have to respect a legend. You don't necessarily have to kiss behind, but you have to respect a legend, and that would be Mariah Carey. And here's what Nicki said. She says, you know what? She's an icon. I respect her. I've always respected her, but you know, we're human and things happen. She's referring to, you know, her being very belligerent towards Mariah. Yeah, hormonal things. You might have had a fight with your boyfriend. You know, things happen. This is very ladylike of you, Nicki. Very nice. In the meantime, she was asked if she's going to do a duet with Mariah, perhaps, since they'll be spending a lot of time on American Idol. And Mariah said, Nicki said, if she'll have me, I'll be there waiting. I think that would be fantastic. I think that'd be really great. Nicki also is very concerned that her Idol co-judges are not going to bring it out of fear. You know, it's easy to bring it when you're watching TV and criticizing people in your living room, but it's very difficult to sit in a purple chair on TV and really say it like you mean it. But this Nicki, like me, she's not scared, and she says, you know, she defends her decision to want to bring it to the, you know, like this to the contestants by saying, look, tough love will help the contestants grow. And I hope that she does, because Randy. Keith Urban is just a nice man, you know, married to Nicole Kidman. I don't think that he has the personality to bring it. Mariah, you don't have to bring the heat. You bring the crazy, because you're good at that. And also, bring us something to look at. Hey, Randy, those horizontal stripes are not helping whatever you're hiding under that shirt. I'm just saying. Anyway, the new season of American Idol begins in January. And I can't wait. Two of my favorite things, and you could probably already figure it out by now, I love food and I love celebrities. I love checking them out. And each year, I always imagine if I had a celebrity, you know, invite, or you know, a celebrity Thanksgiving with just celebrities, who would I invite? First of all, smaller is more intimate, so I don't want a gaggle of people. Let me set the scene. I'm sitting in the center. If you'll notice, I haven't gotten a chance to decorate my dining room walls from last year. This is the same dining room I was sitting in. I'm in the center, and I invited, okay, look. I invited Mariah Carey last year, but I'm inviting her again this year, and this is why. Because she's got dem babies. I want to find out about the twins. I also want to check out her Jenny Craig body up close. When I hug her at the front door, I'm feeling for Spanx. You know how I do. You know. Look, she's got that new American Idol job, and I want to know, did Jennifer Lopez give her any tips? Did she take over the Jennifer Lopez wardrobe? Is there any advice that Jennifer Lopez left her with? How is she getting along with all the other judges? You know, I want to check her out. So last night, in Rockefeller Center. The Christmas tree was lit, the big, lighting ceremony. It's an 80-foot tree. It comes from Jersey. Whoop, whoop. 45,000 lights, and that star on the top is made up of 25,000 Swarovski crystals. Isn't that nice? But the biggest star of the evening was Mariah Carey. I know. She wore 2 show-stopping outfits in 30-degree weather, and she gave the crowd an eyeful as usual. I see Thanksgiving was really good to you, Mariah. But you know what? Like Jessica Simpson, you got it in spades no matter what. Right? Don't you? Okay. I love Mariah Carey. I was kind of shocked to read about her husband, Nick Cannon. He's piping up and doing a lot of talk regarding criticizing Mariah's parenting skills. Well, he's also a comedian by trade, so maybe he was trying to be funny, but it's not. We women take things like this very seriously. Okay, so Nick said, the kids run the house, my wife is busy being the diva, and that she is, and I'm trying to keep up with them. It's not the worst thing, but it's the beginning of the worst thing. So Mariah's talking, she allegedly told a loose-lipped person in their camp that, there will be no more talk like that because she's shutting that down. And next, she's gonna be shutting his Twitter page down, allegedly, because, he is a loose-lipped Twitter, being funny and young, just twitting and tweeting. Anyway, Mariah, I don't think that you're a bad parent, but I do think that because, in my mind, because you are a woman of means and because you are so over the top, and I know I was reading that you use creme de la mure ointment at like $300 a pop on your baby's behinds. She can afford it, but when you put all these things in our heads, all we think of is every time the babies smell, you probably do go, here, somebody take them, not on my dress. Where's my champagne? Anyway, happy holidays, Cannon Carries. Okay, so Nick Cannon, I was telling you yesterday, he and Mariah Carey are about to celebrate their 5th wedding anniversary, and they wanna get remarried again, like with the ceremony. It's so corny. I hate when people do that. Anyway, Nick is known for sharing a lot when it comes to his marriage with Mariah, which, as a fan, I appreciate hearing a lot. So anyway, recently we were telling you that Mariah was rumored to be angry with Nick because he said in an interview that she is not a hands-on mother. Yes, you weren't watching the show that day. Miss a day, miss a lot here at Wendy. So now, yesterday morning, or the other morning on the Howard Stern radio show, Nick continued to spill even more tea, this time about their sex life. He said that when he and Mariah, I lead with a face like this, because when you go like this, that means something good's about to happen. He said, look, he said that he and Mariah listen to her music when they make love. Is that the corniest mess you've ever heard of? I mean, sometimes me and my husband are busy and this show comes on, our show comes on, the second I hear feel it, I can't. I'm so distracted, I turn it off, I can't. And he also revealed that they didn't have sex with each other until they got married. Now, they dated for 6 weeks and then they got married right afterwards. I don't know that I believe that one. But that thing about the music, a mess. Nick, you keep talking. Mariah, let him talk. It makes for good TV. So it's a new year, and I'm really excited for American Idol premiering next week. Are you? The commercials have been looking really good. The 3 judges really make me want to watch. There's a news story in The Hollywood Reporter, and it's saying that Mariah Carey had to be convinced to be a part of the show. She says that, lots of the singing competition shows approached her, and I'm sure that they did, but it was her husband, Nick, who isn't that like a nice lady dress, right? Like, I'm a nice girl. Her husband, Nick Cannon, convinced her that she should do Idol because Idol produces the biggest stars. And it's, according to Nick and Mariah, the most credible of all the shows. So I think it's great. I think she's going to be very good for the show. We're going to be looking forward to seeing all the costume changes and the hair looks and the whole bit. And, Barbara Walters interviews Mariah tonight on the television. So there's another thing that we have to watch. All right. So last night, I'm thinking Barbara Walters was doing this Mariah Carey interview, and it was supposed to be a Barbara Walters special. So I'm looking in my cable guide for Barbara Walters, Barbara Walters. I'm looking every place, I couldn't find it. I didn't realize that it was on Nightline last night at 11:35 Eastern Time. Well, I'm asleep too. Were you asleep? I'm asleep. I missed it. But it was only a small, little, tiny interview, so I got a chance to see it this morning on account of they taped it for me. And there's Barbara in, look. I know, look. That's not Barbara from the 80s, although those are Sally Jesse Raphael's glasses and a cowl neck. Barbara is 83 years old, everybody, and she says that she's tired of wearing her contacts and she wanted to sport her real glasses. We should all look so good at 83. Not just look good, but Barbara is present. Do you know what I mean? You know how a lot of, as you get older, a lot of you older people, you want to stay on TV, but the older you get, the more we realize you're not present. Like Clint Eastwood at the convention. Do you remember? Sorry, anyway, look. Anyway, so there she is in her glasses, and she's interviewing Mariah Carey for only a small period of time. So apparently Nicki Minaj from the judges table made a song, and in the song there were a few remarks insinuating things about Mariah Carey. So Barbara repeats the line. Watch Miss Walters rap. Go.
Nicki recently released a song. It's called Hell Yeah. It's about American Idol. And she says, I'm quick to check a bitch if she is out of line. Are you the bitch she's singing about?
Don't know what she's singing. I didn't know she sang. I thought she rapped or whatever.
Do you think this fight is detracting from American Idol?
I think it's a classic, classy show, and it didn't need this. I really think it was just a crass moment.
And the winner is still Mariah Carey. I like Nicki Minaj a lot, but I just feel like you can't mess with a legend and real talent who's still relevant. Like, she's not even one of those legends who's like maybe Miss Ross, who's older, You can't win with this, Nicki. And P.S., I'm on to you girls. I believe that this feud, 50% of it is real, and the other 50%, they've both gotten together to manufacture, and Idol loves it because you guys want us to watch when the show comes on. Only, hello, have you gotten the memo? We're all gonna be watching when the show comes on. And one other thing, everybody, this is how we know whether this is a manufactured fight or the real deal. When the show begins live, American Idol, in a couple of weeks, next week, right? January 16th. It's 10 days? What's today? The 6th? The 8th? Okay, same difference. Look, when the show becomes live, that's when we're gonna see whether they're going at it right there at the judges' table. That's how we'll know whether this is real or not. So, oh, and speaking of Mariah, okay, her ex-husband, Tommy Mottola, is doing this tell-all book about their marriage. And I told you about this a couple of months ago, but the date for the release is coming closer. And Tommy, was the music executive who discovered her and helped develop her into the woman that she is today. They were married for 4 years in the 90s. No children were produced out of the marriage. And she escaped him by putting on a beige bathing suit and diving off the balcony. Do you remember? Oh, wait, that was the Honey video. Anyway, look. Okay, Mariah often has claimed that he was emotionally abusive to her and obsessive. So now Tommy is talking about his obsessiveness in the book, and he says that if it wasn't for his obsessiveness, then Mariah would not be as successful as she is. Well, my thing is there are millions of girls who probably can sing really well enough to, fool us and be played on the radio and we buy their music. And you do need the right team around you and the right environment. She grew up here in New York, and then she was at this party with Tommy Mottola, and that's allegedly where they met, and the rest is history. But the other part of it is, without her singing all those octaves and breaking glass with her voice, she wouldn't be as successful as she is, Tommy, so stop trying to take all the credit. But I will say this. Also in the book, Tommy says that even though he was married at the time they met, see where I'm going with this, Fantasia? Mariah flirted with him. And then the marriage broke up, and now Mariah has him. Well, and now she has Nick. But Mariah, I had no idea you were that girl. Really? I can't wait to read the book, though. The book comes out the day, first of all, it's called Hitmaker, and it comes out January 15th, the day before American Idol premieres. So this is what I feel I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm reading this book with a highlighter. Just in case I read really good stuff and I have to come back and report excerpts. Second of all, I got everybody on my Hot Topic staff who's gonna read the book with highlighters too. And I'm thinking that my reading will probably take place while I'm watching American Idol. I'll just be getting the full Mariah experience. Yesterday, we were talking about Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj and this little fighting that they've been doing, bickering back and forth with each other. And I told you yesterday, 50% of me believes that this is, the real deal problem between the two. And the other 50% says that they're both doing it so that we will watch American Idol because they know that we love, controversy through the TV. Well, it looks like things got real yesterday. The American Idol judges sat down for this press conference with all, the press people, and they didn't hold anything back. I'll get to your outfit in a moment, Mariah, because according to sources, but look, according to sources, things got a little tense between Nicki and Mariah. They both apparently were talking over one another, and there was a lot of eye rolling and smacking and nasty looks and Mariah, when asked, Mariah said that the fight between them, the bad energy is one-sided, and then Nicki snapped back and said no, it wasn't bad energy. So then one reporter at the press conference tweeted that watching them yesterday made him believe that their feud was real. Well, this is what I'll say. I'm so over them, whether they're fighting or not. It's almost getting corny. I just can't wait to see the actual live portion of American Idol because only then, on live TV, can you really tell whether there's tension. Now, if you go back to the picture of all of them, I'll tell you the one who doesn't like any of you all, Randy. Look how Randy is sitting. Look at his body language. He's leaned back, his leg is crossed away. Mariah, I just saw you tweeted a picture in a red bikini, so I have no idea who that is in that green tent. Because that's not Mariah. That's not her. Like, doesn't she look heavier? Yeah. All right. Did you see the tweeted picture? She pulled it down so we weren't able to show it to you, but she tweeted like she's got washboard and the whole bit. Anyway, girls, we'll be watching the live shows of American Idol. And did you watch American Idol last night? Yeah. So did I. Nicki and Mariah made their Idol debut, and I'm sure we all have an opinion. Yeah. So let's talk about it. It's time for Hot Topics. Get started. So, I was right there, 8 o'clock last night for American Idol, and I stayed until the end. And what I learned is that it's really difficult to find good talent out there. I was not overly impressed by anybody, but I did like that girl who was rapping and then she sang. You know what I mean? But I wasn't overly impressed by the talent, and I was distracted by the tension between Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj. It began immediately. Take a look.
Nicki's got a drum major hat here. Nicki and Mariah, you guys are from New York?
My dog. Like, we can have accessories. I didn't know that was allowed. That's the last thing I'm gonna say. That's the last thing I'm gonna say.
We were gonna play nice.
We're supposed to go, darling?
Oh, we're gonna jump in.
Go.
I didn't know it was this.
Are you
okay?
Yeah,
thank you, darling. Thank you.
Right,
I've been appointed. Okay.
Oh, been
it's
appointed.
like a knighting. Something that happens. Okay.
Mariah, is this beauty lighting?
Do I consider
I need you to make sure the lighting is completely beauty.
I already did that for you and up out my face. How does it happen? How does it even?
She's a
If she called me something that begins with a B and ends in an itch, I rebuke it.
Okay. First, Nicki, your wig was pulled down so low. Oh my gosh. And girl, as a wiggy, I feel like I can talk, because sometimes I like to pull mine down low too on account I have a big forehead. And then Antoine, my wigologist, always tell me to push it back. But I love that Teresa Giudice hairline. But last night I was oddly distracted by how low your wig was pulled, girl. Also, Mariah. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of not just the music, but her kitschy coo, you know, that way she acts. But I don't know whether I could tolerate it every night, you know, that American Idol is on. That princess out of touch with reality thing, darling. You know, it just, you're from Long Island. You have 80 hours of business school, for goodness sakes, or beauty school. You're not, you know, like, you're not a real princess. And the idea that you're wealthy beyond belief, you're still just from Long Island, darling. Oh, this is gonna grow tired real quick. And another thing, Mariah, don't let Nicki Minaj play you out of your position. You know, we want you to be likable on the show, and Nicki won last night because Nicki was baiting you, and you took it at every turn. And Nicki and Mariah on the show together, in my opinion, it's too much. Originally, Mariah thought she was gonna be the only girl. They hired her for like $18 million, and then all of a sudden, they went through the back door and got Nicki Minaj, and I understand Mariah being upset about that. But you know what, Mariah? $18 million shouldn't be a lot to you in terms of what you want and what you don't want. If you really had better character and you should have quit and given them back their, no, do you understand what I'm saying? Like I've said this before. I've said this before. And then, you know what? After you quit, let's see how much you were really worth to them by them then not signing Nicki and bringing you back. You know, you really can assess somebody's character based on the money they take for doing things. And maybe that's why I'll always be broke, because my thought about money, though, is that all money is not good money. If it's gonna compromise you, if you didn't want to sit there with Nicki, then you should have just let Nicki sit there, and you could have taken a 3-year residency in Vegas, which is what I'm dying for you to do, and performed every night like a showgirl that you are. And Idol, if what you were looking for was a rap element to the judges' table, and I like Nicki Minaj, but she's the wrong choice. You know, if you're gonna pay Mariah all this money, then you should have chosen somebody who would show it a little bit more respect. Like, are you ready? Queen Latifah. That's it. Queen Latifah is loved by all and known by everybody. Queen Latifah will understand that she and Mariah are from the same era. Queen Latifah and Mariah will not be dueling divas regarding glamour. Two totally different styles, and I just think that they're better. And Keith Urban, I liked you last night on the show. I was shocked. And Randy. Hey, Randy. Anyway, so if you missed it last night, part 2 of American Idol comes on tonight. And as usual, it's great family fun. It's something you can watch with your kids. I watched with my son. He thinks Mariah's hot, and he was tired of the colors. He was tired, which I never heard him say that before, but between the two of them, he said he's tired of the colors, you know, with Nicki and everything. But, you know, this part 2 airs tonight. Is it gonna be 2 hours again? Yep. Okay, but I don't know that I will be there for any of it, because Thursday night is my night, honey. There's a lot of competition on TV. First, Oprah's doing her Lance Armstrong interview on OWN. And then, I love 30 Rock, and this is the last season. I don't like to miss it, so I'm watching that. Thursday night, Park and Recreation, and Scandal, of course, with Kerry Washington. So, I don't know which way I'm gonna go with my TV watching, but even if I didn't see Oprah's interview with Lance tonight, she'd cut it up into a 2-part interview so that we can watch it tomorrow night. Oh, I'm so confused. I love TV. I love doing this show, but I can't wait for hiatus vacation, because this is what I'm gonna be reading. Yes! Okay. Tommy Mottola has written this book about his life in the music industry and his marriage to Mariah Carey. I kind of want to start a Wendy's book club on this. But I don't want to make it so formal. But if you pick up the book and you want to read along and then Facebook me, sure. Look, in one chapter, Tommy writes that his marriage to Mariah was a massive mistake. Well, he says that he was inappropriate for having the relationship with Mariah. She was 20 years old and he was 40 when it began. He was also married with kids when it began. And he says that the marriage was always strained. They divorced in 1996. One of the comments in the book also was that as they're taking their vows up there in the church, he looks over and he sees his 13-year-old daughter crying, like, "Don't do it, Daddy," being comforted by her little brother. I know. Well, that marriage is over, but all the moving parts in between are between the pages of that book. And I gotta tell you something. I'm in. Definitely. You guys, none of us saw this coming, not even me, and I know that you didn't. American Idol is getting ugly, but in a good way for us, very entertaining. Wait, hold on. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the Idol producers are allegedly hatching a secret plan to jumpstart the declining ratings by replacing Mariah Carey with Jennifer Lopez. Right? I never saw this coming, but that is so perfect. Because, okay, allegedly, the plan to replace Mariah mid-season was dumped after Mariah apparently threatened legal action. The Idol producers are now denying the rumor, saying that this probably got started because, you know, we are in talks with Jennifer to perform on the season finale. In the meantime, I believe this story up and down. I think that this story is a beautiful thing. When Jennifer performs on that season finale, make sure that you have equal camera time on Mariah sitting there. Okay? Now listen very closely, because sometimes you all get my words twisted. I love Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is an icon. Mariah Carey is like an old, vintage Rolls Royce from the 1920s. I'm talking about, would you listen? That's more rare than a Rolls Royce from 2013. If it's been refurbished and everything, she is only supposed to be brought out and trotted around on particular days of the year. She's too special. They're not quite getting what I'm saying. I'm trying to be as clear as I can. She's so special that we don't need to be seeing her. I've said this to you before. We don't need to be seeing her talk and act every single week. She's so special that I think it's corny even that she has her nail thing. You know, she's got like products and stuff. There was a point in Mariah Carey's career where all she did was sing. And I respected that so much because she sings like none of those other girls do. None of them. Mariah is a music purist. She's so special that she doesn't need a clothing line and nail line and to be sitting on some judge's table. She is so special. Leave that other side hustle stuff to girls who really don't sing well, like Jennifer Lopez. Now, and I must tell you, some of Mariah's biggest fans work right here at Wendy, and we sit and we powwow about it because, and we all agree that this move for her to be on American Idol was a big mistake because all of a sudden she's not as special as she used to be. Plus, in terms of her judging, she's not bringing it, and the idea that she's gonna be fired and they're plotting is not, that's like a black mark on her record. And the idea that Jennifer Lopez can swoop down and take the job, even if she doesn't take it, Jennifer, I do believe that they offered it to you. And Mariah, you should probably basically just bow out to save face. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you quit before they fire you, then you win. That's all. And by the way, Mariah's not the only one that they're thinking about replacing. Nicki Minaj. Okay, I'm thinking that Nicki Minaj is part of, what's helping this show this season, even though the ratings are terrible. However, I want to do it by claps. Clap if you're happy that Nicki Minaj might be going away. Well, reportedly, 99% of our studio audience agrees with older Southern and Midwestern women who think that Nicki is not right for the show and that she's too aggressive. You think aggressive is the correct word? Because that's what the surveys are saying from these women. Crazy. Not relatable? Too many costumes? She toned it down. For Nicki, she's been looking normal. Listen, I don't think that this is a color thing. As far as, aggressive. Sometimes that could be, backslash, black woman. I don't think that that's what people are seeing in terms of color. I think that they're seeing the rap thing, the sometimes distasteful lyrics that a lot of people can't relate to and whatnot. Quite frankly, I do think it's the rap thing, and I think the only rapstress that would be accepted by all of you and all of the Midwest and all of us at any judge's table is Queen Latifah. Hi, Dana. But now it's too late to ask her because she's busy preparing for her talk show, which starts in September. And then if you were watching, you saw that Mariah tried to step up her judging game last night, but it's too little, too late. The word is already out. Yesterday, we were talking here on the show that the producers of Idol allegedly are trying to replace Mariah Carey with Jennifer Lopez. And now, if you're, there's some people still clapping. Oh. J-Lo? Well, I'll give you my opinion on both ladies again in a moment, but I want to compare them. First of all, the statistics. I did my research. I wanted to bring you a comprehensive report today because everybody's talking about this. Okay, first of all, Mariah and Jennifer are both 43 years old. They both have twins. They both are reportedly worth more money than all of us put together on the planet. But one is richer than the other by double. Mariah is worth reportedly $500 million. Jennifer is worth $250 million. Mariah has sold worldwide 260 million albums worldwide. Jennifer has sold a reported 75 million albums worldwide. Jennifer's money, hold on. Now I'm gonna break down where I think the money comes from. Let's follow the money trail, because that's what we do. Okay, look. Okay, listen. Jennifer's money is made off of, by all calculations, her 5 or 6 fragrances, the J-Lo line over at Kohl's, Pantene and all that other stuff. Mariah's money is made pure as gold, all off her golden pipes. Mariah holds the record of selling over the Beatles and Elvis. Exactly. Now, Mariah, you take this in the best way, and I love American Idol, but you're better than this show. You shouldn't have been there to begin with. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying, everybody? It's kind of like slumming for you. You don't need to do this. And furthermore, you don't need to be sitting there while me, them, and the rest of the country is talking about Mariah versus J-Lo. J-Lo might replace her. Don't let it happen, girl. You need to vacate your seat right now. Leave. And listen to me. You leave your seat right now, and guess what? Do them one better. How about you give them back the money that they've given you so far? That way you shut everyone down. You see? You see? You see? And if Nick wasn't so busy doing his Nick thing, you know, and stepped up, you know, and helped you out with this decision, your husband could probably tell you, the way you get somebody is you cut the money and you walk before they have a chance to stab you. And furthermore, Jennifer, even though I'm sure they offered you the job, don't take it. It would delight us if she was back on the judge's table, wouldn't it? But you're not going to take it for your own personal satisfaction. You were at Idol, you burned the place down, you left the mic smoking. Don't come back, just in case it's still a fail. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, that's my advice to the girls. I love you both in two different ways. Good luck with your decisions. American Idol airs tonight at 8 on Fox. Okay. So Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj are both officially off of American Idol. We have already talked about that. Oh. She's all, woo! Okay, and we know that Randy Jackson is out. No word on whether Keith Urban is leaving. Oh, we want him to go too? All right. Well, reportedly, American Idol has replaced all the judges, or is about to replace them all, with some familiar faces. According to E! News, the familiar faces are, they're gonna be using 3 judges, not 4. Reportedly, they're all former Idol contestants. Jennifer Hudson. Kelly Clarkson. Stop it, Suzanne. All right, put your hands to your side. And either Adam Lambert or Clay Aikens. Really? Okay, first of all, I'm saying to all 4 of them. However, if anything, you clap for Adam and Clay, get rid of Jennifer Hudson and keep Kelly Clarkson. I'm gonna tell you why. Just because you're black doesn't always mean you have to go along with the black vote, number 1. People always think that. You know, if you're black, you always have to go with the black vote. No, you don't. Let me tell you something. Jennifer Hudson is a lovely, thin woman, but we don't need lovely and thin on the panel. We need somebody who's gonna say it like she means it and shout it out, and that's Kelly Clarkson. And I don't even know why American Idol is trying to choose between Clay and Adam. Both of them would be fabulous. And they'd go back and forth with one another, and Kelly would be in the middle, and it'd be on. If that's the judges panel that they're going with. Personally speaking, I think it's time for American Idol to go away. I do. I mean, either go away or come up with a better judges panel. Something is that, and you keep Ryan Seacrest where he is, but something has got to give. And you know, X Factor is already on Fox, so it's not like, I mean, yes, American Idol brings in a lot of money, but you just circle the wagons around X Factor and just make X Factor that show then, because American Idol, man, you're struggling now, man. I don't like any one of those 4 people. You all like them all. All right, well, how about this one? Would you just rather for American Idol to go away? I don't know. Go back to the drawing board.